Hello out there in TV land.
Do I still watch SpongeBob in my big age? Yes. Am I ashamed of it? No. But watching SpongeBob with a fully developed adult brain is far different from watching it through the eyes of a child. Do y'all remember that time SpongeBob and Patrick disrespected Sandy in the worst way? Let's get into it. So the episode starts off with SpongeBob and Patrick looking goofy as hell running to Sandy's tree dome, and I'm already irritated and it's only a few seconds in.
Keep the tree warm, Sandy. We're on our way to your house.
Anywho, when they arrive, they become face to face with a big ass keep out sign. They go in anyway. Sandy, being as smart as she is, already knew that a sign most likely wouldn't stop them, so my girl got a whole video presentation waiting for them.
He fucking that shit up.
Damn, she tearing them acorns up. But anywho, Sandy explains to them that if they're watching that video right now, that means she's asleep for the winter. She's hibernating. SpongeBob and Patrick don't know what the hell that is. They look at each other like,
What?
Sandy goes on to explain that during hibernation, animals do not like to be woke up, so do not disturb. And at the end of the video, she adds, especially you, SpongeBob. So my girl already knew that him and his sidekick was gonna be on some bullshit, but she don't even know the half of it yet. What Sandy said must have went right in, then out of the ears Patrick don't even have, because homeboy immediately grabs one of those water helmet things and tells SpongeBob to come on. SpongeBob tells him, but Sandy said not to come in. Patrick tells him, when are you gonna learn that no means yes? Huh? This is when we get to the first level of the disrespect that Sandy is about to endure. That girl had a whole keep out sign in the video presentation, and they still invited themselves in her crib.
We have to.
SpongeBob, look at this.
This leads to them discovering snow for the first time, because although we are under the sea, it's snowing in Sandy's tree dome.
What is this stuff?
It's a vast, swirling wonderland of sparkling white pleasure.
SpongeBob and Patrick become even more fascinated when they realize it's just water and they can take their helmets off.
Take it off. No one's looking.
They start playing in it like they're supposed to be there, but they get interrupted by the sound of snoring coming from Sandy's tree. And like a white couple in a horror film, they decide to go check it out. And this is where the disrespect gets more blatant. When they go up, the first thing out of SpongeBob's mouth is, look what's in Sandy's bed, not who, but what.
Wait a damn minute.
Then SpongeBob says, I think this thing is Sandy. And Patrick doesn't make it any better by responding, I guess hibernation means the opposite of beauty sleep.
Yeah, double homicide. Bitch. No, I'm sorry.
Anywho, then Sandy starts talking in her sleep about some dudes named Dirty Dan and Pinhead Larry. SpongeBob says that she must be dreaming about some Texas outlaws, and that just tickles both of them pink. Then SpongeBob and Patrick kick their disrespect up a notch by meddling with Sandy while she's asleep, getting her all agitated and whatnot.
I'm getting away, run faster.
Hurry, we're getting in a taxi.
SpongeBob finally gains some sense and tell Patrick, come on, let's not disturb her anymore. Patrick tells him, that's not disturbing, this is, and then he makes a face out of his back fat.
Hi there, SpongeBob.
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
That is really disturbing.
Of course, all that loud ass laughing disturbs Sandy's peaceful slumber. She snatches SpongeBob and Patrick up, and for some people who are somewhere they're not supposed to be, they sure start freaking out. Well, no, y'all wanted this. That girl gave y'all too many warnings not to come in. And plus, Sandy not even in her right mind. She thinks they are Dirty Dan and Pinhead Larry. Her body might be on go, but her mind is somewhere else. She's basically sleepwalking.
Sandy, it's us, your friends, SpongeBob and Patrick.
Who?
But lucky for SpongeBob and Patrick, before they get dealt with, Sandy just ends up falling back to sleep. Huddled in a corner across the room, SpongeBob says, whew, we sure don't want to wake her up again. Too bad we don't have any earplugs to put on her. Earplugs? In her house? Where she told y'all not to come? Take y'all asses home. But this is where things go from disrespectful to downright disgusting. Patrick says, I don't have any earplugs, just this belly button lint. And that shit magically turns into head muffs, and they put those things on that girl. The smell should have woke her up, because I know it's funky up in Patrick's belly button. I just know it is.
I'm not gagging. I mean, I'm gagging from like the smell. It's like, bitch, do you bathe?
But the earmuffs actually work, and SpongeBob and Patrick are excited as hell about it.
Hey, Sandy, if you can't hear us, don't say anything.
Look at their faces knowing that they can now freely run amok on that girl's property with no consequences. SpongeBob and Patrick go outside and start playing in the snow, and this is where I realized they really think shit is a game. They start arguing over who's going to be Dirty Dan and who's going to be Pinhead Larry. They both want to be Dirty Dan, which is understandable because Dirty Dan does sound like the name of a bad mother.
What makes you think you can be Dirty Dan?
SpongeBob and Patrick start knocking each other over the head, talking about some I'm Dirty Dan, no, I'm Dirty Dan, and you already know they are causing quite the ruckus.
I'm Dirty Dan.
Look at her eyes. I'm terrified.
I'm Debo. Who? Debo.
Y'all, why the fuck Sandy go out there and rip the top of Patrick's head off? The last thing Sandy did was play with them. She dragged SpongeBob and Patrick up and down and all around their tree dome. Then she buries them and goes back to bed? Now SpongeBob and Patrick are scared. Now they realize that this ain't a game.
Let's get out of here before Sandy wakes up again.
Oh, now we're not having fun anymore, huh?
See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
But too bad for them. It's a little too late for getting out of there because the door is frozen shut.
Then we're stuck in here until the door thaws in spring.
That's what they get because who invited them in there? I'll wait. Exactly. Now they are freezing to death like Jack Dawson.
No.
I'm so cold.
They are so cold, so cold, so cold like Omarion that they start wondering, how does Sandy survive the winter every year? Then SpongeBob is like, it must be her fur. So what do y'all think they're about to do with that information? Their bright idea is to skin Sandy. No, I'm just playing, but they do decide to take her fur.
Sponge, I'm a big man. A big man.
Now, out of everything that has woken her up throughout this whole entire episode, the fact that all she does is growl and fall right back to sleep when they are ripping out her hair follicles is beyond me. But this is where the disrespect goes off the charts for me. Now, them deciding to rip out that girl's fur is already beyond my comprehension. But then they take it and they do silly shit with it. They were freezing to death, but they decided to make headbands, goatees, eyebrows, and Patrick even got some of it under his arms. Are you kidding me? And it was all for nothing because then it's suddenly spring and Sandy is up. And SpongeBob and Patrick know they done fucked up when they overhear Sandy say that she can't wait to go outside and warm her fur. But the door is still melting and they can't get out. Sandy looks out her window and spots SpongeBob and Patrick and she goes outside to greet them. She takes one look at them, then at herself, and she says, oh hell no, I know that ain't my shit I see. Look how they got my girl out here looking. Now, I personally think she should have dragged them up and down and all around that tree dome again. But then the episode basically ends with her using them to cover her body. I guess that's a solution. Sometimes it keeps me up at night how truly disrespectful this episode is. Like, forget them coming in the tree dome when she told them not to. Forget them making fun of her and pretending to be Dirty Dan and Pinhead Larry. Forget all that. Forget all that. It's the fur for me. They take it. They take it because they were freezing. You know, that don't make it right at all. That don't make it right at all. But they took it because they were freezing, right? But then they get it and instead of making something like, I don't know, some jackets, some boots or something, they make headbands, eyebrows, goatees. Patrick got some under his arm. Patrick got some in his pants. They just took that girl fur and they just did the silliest shit with it, and that's what be pissing me off the most when it comes to this episode. Just, oh my god.